Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your December 2018 reading. General reading, dagnabbit son of a gun. Happy birthday to you. It's also Shidu's birthday month. On the 22nd is the official day. And as a thank you to you guys for sticking it out with your girl for a year, I have a discount code for readings with me in the description box below. Feel free to utilize it this month. And if you guys have ordered a reading from me before, then you will find that in your email. There's a different code for my people who've ordered from me before. But anywho, also, Cuspers. If you're a Sagittarius Cusper, the Cusp reading is going to be coming up too. And of course, you guys love readings as well. But I'm going to start with one of my favorite decks because with it being December and being the end of the year, this is so funny. Being the end of the year, it's definitely Mercury retrograde. Anyway, with it being the end of the year, we're going to look at my surrender deck, and we're going to look at what's important for you guys to embrace as well as let go of in 2018 as you enter the new year. So I'm going to take a gander at these and just going ahead and clearing this deck a little bit and see what our overall energies are for the month of December. So first card that we have is Surrender Your Desire to Control People. Oh, goodness. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Interesting. Next is surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Very interesting. Now, I see that the two of these are very intricately related in the fact that it makes me think of sometimes, so sometimes people do things that we don't like or behave in ways that we're not particularly fond of, right? So if we know we can either strong arm someone or influence someone to behave a way that's more pleasing to us, that's cool. But I say the only downside to that is you're not really having an authentic experience with people. You know what I mean? Because people are now behaving in a way that they feel is ideal for you, which could be pleasing to a certain point, because then it's like, people aren't behaving authentically with you. You know what I mean? So then you start having very inauthentic experiences. So this more or less is saying to me to more or less embrace a more free-form, free-spirited path as opposed to, because it's understandable of why one would want control, you know what I'm saying? But it's more or less in the things that are out of our control that makes life beautiful and makes it worth living, you know what I mean? Because otherwise we'd be living like in a Stepford Wives community or something, and that's just boring, you know what I mean? So, and then also the things that are, I guess, in direct opposition to us, or the things that are different from us, those are learning experiences. Because it's like, I find I learn more from people who are different than me than I do of people who are like me. You know what I mean? And listening to those different perspectives, or like that's why I enjoy being a therapist so much, because, or even doing readings too. It's like, I'm so fascinated by human beings, because it's almost like, I don't know, if you think about a random number generator, right? And it's like, no matter how many times you press the button, it's like there's so many different combination of numbers. Like if you think about like a license plate, right? Or social security numbers or something. It's so interesting of how like this mosaic of personality characteristics can be generated, but they're never quite the same. So it's like you could find a person that you have a great deal in common with, but they'll always be like this one little X factor that completely puts them in a totally different category that is so vastly different from you. So it's like, for me, like, I learn a great deal about myself in the presence of everything that is not me, right? Now, at one point in time in my life, that was very uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like, I guess, like a fear of what you don't understand. But I find in my experience, that I think the greatest lessons that I've learned is by allowing myself to be open to another person's perspective on things, you know? And I think that's where, I don't know, that helped me to be a lot less, you know, judgmental or you know, needing to categorize. It's like, it's always nice to just hear like a fresh perspective, in other words. I just feel like it makes life more enriching. So we're going to look at some overall energies for you guys in the month of December. Any challenges or anything that you guys are going to face or anything that's on your mind heavily this month. So our central energy is the Ace of Cups. Ooh. This is challenged by the Ten of Swords. Interesting. So there's a need now to something my mom used to say back in the day just popped in my head. I really don't feel like that's relevant to this, but I don't even want to say that out loud because it's so inappropriate, but I guess I'll say it anyway, because if it came to my mind, my mom used to say this thing, like, when I was younger, and, like, I would overhear her, like, on the phone talking to people, and she would be like, oh, it's like they caught you with your drawers down, huh? Right? She used to say that a lot. And as soon as I looked at this card, I heard that. I don't really know what relevance, I guess the only thing I would say with this is it's like an unexpected ending. So I would say it's kind of like something, it's like something that was causing you unrest already. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you were kind of sticking with it or trying to stick it out. But there's a need to kind of just let it die, because what lies behind this is like a clean slate. So like kind of like a fresh start, you know, everything being cleared out, like a renewal in a sense. But I feel like whatever it was that came up, like it caught you at a time where you didn't expect it. But a key signifier about this is the fact that it was already kind of not ideal, if that makes sense. In the past, we have the Page of Wands. So in the past, there was already like a desire to kind of move forward, but it's almost as if, yeah, it's like a message. It's like you're grappling with accepting that this is over. So it's almost like, how can I put it? It's a conflicted energy, because it's like whatever it was something you knew that wasn't good for you, or something that was causing a lot of anxiety and unrest, literally. And you were desiring to move forward, but you really weren't taking action towards it, so to speak. So maybe like kind of holding on to something past its expiration date. And then it's like a message kind of came in that forced you to move forward. Like you literally had no choice but to move forward. So it's like there's no going back, no do-overs on this. So it may be something almost like maybe being afraid to leave something, you know? What is the Page of Wands about? The message came in. I want to know what that is. That's interesting. But it's almost something like, I mean, I think it may feel disparaging in the fact that it's like shocking, but I feel like it's the door to value in reverse. This may be something that's like work related, money related, like maybe money you were expecting to come in. Ow, there's something in my eye. Seriously? Oh my God. Man, I have an appointment on Monday for my contacts. Oh my God, there's something in there in real life. But I feel like maybe it was money that you were expecting to come in, or this being something, oh my God, this is really hurting me. I'm so sorry, Sagittarius. I think it's an eyelash that's in my eye. My eye is going to be like red and watery now. I apologize for my eyelashes making your reading kind of awkward. Oh God. Okay. So anyway, So, I mean, it may be something, it's more or less, it's something I feel like you had your like high hopes in, and it didn't pan out the way that you desired for it to. Like the door was kind of shut on something you were hoping was going to lead to something, either financially or materially valuable. So it may be a job. Like maybe you were thinking, I don't know if it's like you got fired, but you hated the job already. It's kind of something like that. Or you got passed up for something. What is the door to value in reverse about? Spit it. At this point in the game, I don't even really feel like this is just me being nosy. Yeah. Oh gosh, is it something to do with love? Ew. So it's like a relationship that didn't work out the way that you had hoped. So it's almost as if this was a relationship where things were already kind of tumultuous and things of the sort. You really weren't happy in it, but it abruptly ended. You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of shocked you. So, or it could have possibly had something to do with like another person, or like you found out the person was cheap, whatever the case may be. Because like I said, that's not my business. That's just me being nosy. But whatever the case may be, the door was closed on something that you had high hopes for. A message came in about this, and it forced you to have to move forward, but this came very unexpectedly. You know what I mean? And right now, I feel like you're grappling with it being over. So this, to me, is kind of bringing in why your desire to control people is kind of coming up, because I feel like what may be having you grapple with this is wanting to change this person's mind or undo what's been done, but there's a need to accept that your rejection is your protection. So it's like this situation ended because in truth, you really weren't that happy to begin with. And Spirit is kind of opening up a new pathway for you, you know? But it just may not feel like that right now. Your above energy is the 7 of Wands. And it's like, it's a desire to stand up for what you believe is right. But I feel like you're fighting for something that, you know what I'm saying, that isn't really for you. But I don't want to say it's, let me just finish turning over the cards. Below energy, oh yeah, is the 4 of Pentacles, yeah. Okay, so it's a need to want to stand, you want to stand up for yourself and you want to fight for this, but it's like fighting a losing battle. You know what I'm saying? Because the situation really isn't for you. So it's like the vibe that I'm kind of getting, it's like fighting out of like like out of an ego space, because it's like a refusal to accept it. Like I don't want to accept this, you know what I'm saying? And feeling like you need to force the issue, but it's a need to see that the reason why this ended was to actually like open up this energy for something better to come along, like something like to give you like a do-over in a sense, something that's more in alignment with you and your path. But I feel that it's almost like standing up for what you think is right to a fault. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the ground that you're standing on isn't a stable one, if that makes sense. So, and like I said, this doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, but it's like, I really get the sense it's like, it really feels like ego, because it's like you're fighting, but it's like, it's not that you're fighting, because it's like, I'm looking at the wands energy, I'm looking at swords energy, I'm looking at pentacles energy. So this isn't necessarily fighting because it's like in my heart of hearts, I feel, you know, like this is just, you know, it's more or less like, yeah, it's like it's ego. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like a wound of like the door being shut in my face. And now I can understand where my mom's little quote comes in. Because it's kind of like, it's like a sense of like embarrassment, and I feel like it's kind of like going ham to cover up the fact that you're feeling some type of way, because it's like you opened up or were vulnerable in some way, or you had your expectations, like you just knew that you knew this was gonna pan out this way, but it's still being unhappy. And I mean, if this is like a relationship, it's kind of like, if this is a relationship, it's almost as if, like, say if, okay, you were with someone, and this is like hypothetical situation, but because I'm just trying to get you to sense like the energy that I'm picking up on. It's almost like, okay, if I dated someone that I knew was like beneath my standards, and I hate that that sounds so like egoic, but I mean, in the sense of like, you know, I don't know, a Fortune 500 CEO, and I dated a hobo or something, right? And it's like I do all of this stuff for this person, but they have like a drug problem and they're stealing from me and stuff like that. And it's like I really wasn't happy in this situation, right? And I was already feeling like it kind of don't want this, really don't know if this is for me type of deal, right? Um and it's like all of a sudden one day they break up with me, and it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's like a feeling like that. And it's almost like fighting for the person. And it's like calling, like, I'm trying to understand what's happening, or, you know what I'm saying? Trying to reel the person back in, because I'm trying to figure out, why is it that you don't want me? Like, how could you not want me? Like, I run this Fortune 500 company, and you were a hobo when I met you. Like, how dare you reject me? So it's kind of something like that. Like, it's like you're not fighting for it because it's a heartfelt thing. Like, this is the love of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't fathom existing without this person. That's really not healthy within itself. But you're holding on to it and you won't let it go because it's an ego thing. It's like, it's almost like this door being shut on you and like made you feel invalidated, and what you're really fighting for is to recapture this perceived invalidation, because it's like the door shutting on you like says something to you, like it feels almost as if it took a sense of value from you, and the reason why you're fighting for it is to get that perceived to get that validation back that it seems as though it was taken from you, but it wasn't. Because it's like literally this door closing was to protect you from this, because this could have gotten a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? And now it's something that's much better, like a new opportunity that's being given to you to kind of clear all of this away, but it's not seeing that because it's being so caught up into the fact of like, how dare they? You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship situation, but that's the best example that I could come up with that kind of describes, you know what I'm saying, like what I'm sensing in all of this. Now, the outcome energy is the Page of Pentacles. So it's almost to me like, with this, like, what's coming to you, like this Ace of Cups and then this Page of Pentacles, if you're able to release this situation, what's coming to you is going to be more, not tangible, but it's going to be something that's more practical and more realistic, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's more, that has like an opportunity for growth and advancement. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's better than what it is that you've left here. But it's like, I really feel like it's like you're fighting out of, it's like almost trying to prove a point, if that makes sense. I really hope and pray that this is making sense, y'all. I really hope that this is making sense. But it's like, I just really feel like it's almost wasting your energy. And it's like, you know, because it's like, I won't let this go on some stuff, you know? And it's like, I feel like that's not really serving you of anything. It's like, this is kind of weighing you down and holding you back, but it's a need to kind of see that, yeah, man, the contract in reverse. Like, this, whatever this is, this was supposed to be over with. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you were in this past its expiration date. So even if it's like a job, you know, because that's the only other thing I could see that kind of fits that reel that I'm hearing, is like, you already hated the job. Like, you really didn't like working there anyway. And it's like feeling some type of way that they fired you. You know what I'm saying? And this is hypothetical, but it's like feeling some type of way that they fired you, and it's like wanting vindication because it's like it came unexpectedly, but it's like, dude, you really didn't want to be there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever this is that ended, it's like it was time. But it's like, I just really feel like it's kind of like a bruised ego type of thing. Yeah, there's a need to utilize wisdom here. You know what I'm saying? There's a need to utilize wisdom here, because I feel like if you guys stay in this energy and keep pushing the issue with this, it's like it could end up a lot worse than it needs to be. It's just kind of something you need to release. Because like with the Ten of Swords, it's, I don't know. It's almost like it was bringing out the worst in you already. And I feel like it's a need for you to kind of, to step back into like the moral higher ground that you were at. Because I feel like this, whatever this is, brought you completely out of your character. Like, I feel like the way that you're going about things now, this isn't even you. You know what I'm saying? This isn't even you. It's not even you. So there's a need to kind of like, you know, learn what it is to learn, kind of come to the truth about this. Like, you really weren't happy with this. It is just kind of trying to, and when I say gain validation, it's like, I'm not saying that in the sense like to make yourself above, but it's just in the sense that this hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's like you felt like, ouch. But it's that ouch that's pushing you to kind of trying to vindicate yourself unnecessarily, because like I said, this ending is really a blessing in disguise. And something so much better that's more in alignment with you is coming. So it's kind of just like, let this ride out, because what's coming is more in alignment with you. And then for some of you guys, like, this is something that's going to allow you to realign with your authentic self, because I kind of feel like this chaotic energy from whatever this is, like I said, brought you out of your character. What's coming is going to allow you to step back into alignment with yourself, right? And for some of you, it may be coming through a woman, maybe like an older lady, that you see yourself in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see like a likeness in this person. And it's like, and it may be the fact that them, how am I hearing this? Almost like them being like a way shower, so to speak. Because it's like there's a lot of similarities between the two of you. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like, so she may be an older person that's more or less something that would inspire you. And this could either be a person that's offering you an opportunity, or I don't know. Because I don't know, like, I'm hearing like Oprah. So I don't know if there's somebody who looks up to like Oprah or something. But it's kind of like somebody that you would look up to, that you see a similarity between yourself and this person. And kind of, I don't know, maybe hearing their life story or reading their autobiography or something of the sort, and you seeing that similarity between you and that person, it's going to inspire you to leave this behind and move forward, if that makes sense. I hope this makes sense, Saggies. Because I feel like I am all over the place. But I hope and pray that that makes sense. But I know y'all gonna let me know. But I'm gonna pick an oracle for you guys. That's a lot going on. But I mean, that totally makes sense, though. Because I know I would feel some type of way if I, you know, was dating a hobo and they was just like, I don't want you. It's like, why? Right? Someone being a hobo is not a value of them as a person, no. Just joking. I mean, I'm not joking about that. I mean, I'm using that as a joke. So, 2 oracles we have for you guys. The first is Platypus. And it says, stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. There you go. Let this go, man. This is bringing your vibe down. And then we have Dog, and it says, your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Wow. Wow. That's heavy. A lot of times this can have a great deal to do. Like, the first thing I heard is thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you can idolize your thoughts. So kind of like if there's a million different thoughts that are going through your head and you grasp onto each one, and that inadvertently like steals your energy because you're giving so much attention to all these different things, and it causing kind of this chaotic energy. So it's a need to hold on to one truth. That truth being the one about your path. You know what I'm saying? The thing that feels right and the thing that feels in alignment with you. Your Ace of Swords, your Sword of Truth, to cut through all the extra crap, to stand firm on what it is that you know and to move forward. You know what I mean? And leave this behind. Because I just feel like ministering to this energy, it's stealing your life force energy. It's depleting you. It's making you very pessimistic, very negative. You know what I'm saying? And now that's not serving you guys, you know? So I want to pick another card for you guys from my Work Your Light deck. It's messed up, man. I mean, I understand. I don't want to say it like, oh, you should do this or else you're going to miss out on this opportunity. No, it's not like that. I feel like either way it goes, like, this blessing is coming to you whether you like it or not. But it's just, in the meantime, it's like, just save your energy instead of putting, because this is just, it's not worth your time. I'm going to put it that way. There we go. Crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Let it go. Let it go, man. Because I just feel like it's putting you in a negative space when right now you really should be rejoicing. Trust the niggle. I love this card. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? I'm just pulling buku cards for y'all, huh? What on earth? I had a Walgreens bag stuck to my foot. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution. Expression. Yeah, man. And look at how dark all of these are. See, like the darkness in these cards, and like everything in this deck is like really, really light, but it's just darkness in all of these cards. It's time for you guys to leave whatever this is behind you, because I really feel like it's bringing your vibe down. I'm going to pick one more because 4 just feels right. It's a foundational number, dagnabbit son of a gun. Think of 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. 22 is the number of the master builder, that of which I know Saggies are. I feel like y'all got some little empires to build, man. Got time for this little petty drama? Y'all are bigger than this. Real talk. Is one of y'all about to be the next Oprah in this piece? I always tell y'all, y'all holler at your girl when you do your great stuff. I got to answer y'all emails because a lot of y'all offering me tickets. I'm saying, I'm trying to be front row. And you better not act like you don't know me neither. Just saying. Don't dim the fit in. There goes my light. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Like I said, dog, y'all are bigger than this. Don't waste your energy on these people. Dagnabbit son of a gun, I said. Anyway, that's been your December reading. Saggies, I love your freaking face. Like I said, the cusp readings and the witchamadinky, the cusp readings and the love readings are coming up once I finish all of the signs. But I love your freaking faces, and I will see you sooner than later. Deuces.